is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. As promised, we're going to talk about Mo Bamba, a guy that was a top 10 pick with a lot of potential. He has the ability to play in the pick and roll and dive to the rim and finish around. Another thing I like about him is that he stays in the paint. He's not strong right now. He's not muscular enough to take a lot of contact, but he does have finesse moves like the finishes around the rim, but also he can come off screens, roll to the rim, and get some soft touches to fall in, whether it's a hook shot left or right, or just getting even deeper like you see here, rolling to the basket and just making a simple play, not overthinking it, not trying to do too much. Just go with right now until you can continue to add things to your game as you stay in the league and understand it. But now he's just making a simple play. You get the ball in the paint, just try to finish around the rim. He has been able to do that so far for the Orlando Magic in the minutes and the time that he gets. Another thing, he's showing that he has the touch on the outside. That's something that we all knew was going to eventually happen, because in today's era, big men have to be able to shoot. And he's showing confidence in that jumper, getting good rhythm on it, getting good separation, and elevating over smaller or less athletic defenders. And he also can do it if he comes off a screen and gets a good look. He's still showing that he has the ability to step out to 15 foot or even longer, depending on who's guarding him. And you can see they leave him open because they want him to shoot threes. Mobama is not a proven three-point shooter right now. He's not a three-point shooter that's going to kill you every night, but he's showing that if you're going to give him that shot, he's comfortable with taking it, and that's going to have to be his mentality if he's going to try to make an impact on his team consistently. Players and teams going to give him that shot. He has to continue to take it and knock it down, or at least keep the ball moving. But they sagging off him so far, as you see, that he might as well just go ahead and take it because they're giving it to him. And if he has the confidence, he continue to do it in practice and get the repetition to become muscle memory, and then he should be able to acclimate that, obviously, inside just playing basketball. Another thing I love about him is his dribble handoff game. It allows them to create shots for his teammates like Terrence Ross, who's a great step-up shooter, and they got players like Fournier that can shoot off the ball, and you can even help Aaron Gordon from time to time. That screen allows him to get space, in the handoffs allows him to get a good look at the rim and get a shot off clean, but it also opened up pick and roll opportunities. So if they do go under or they do not try to force the screen, Mobama can always slide and give them a alley-oop target, or even, like I showed you, the ability to post. Of course, he's a great defender. That's when the main potential he has is to be defensive player of the year caliber player. He's a guy that really studies the floor, knows when to come in and help, knows when the driver is fully committed to driving without passing, so that way he doesn't give off a dump off. He's going to still need to clean that up, but he's still showing that he can contort his body, get angles, and get good looks at blocks to stop them from scoring. And that's whether he's helping or if they just trying to finish over the top. He does good to contests, and he can get great blocks. And now I'm about to tell you guys my final thoughts. Right now, Mohamed Bamba is obviously a guy that's not getting that many minutes. He's not really getting that much playing time. He's averaging around 17 minutes a game, which isn't really that much. But if you really know Mohamed Bamba, you've really been watching him throughout his college profession, you will definitely see that Mohamed Bamba has potential. And that's the number one reason why you're trying to draft this guy. If you're the Orlando Magic, this is a guy that can be a versatile guy. Obviously, I was one of the people that promoted him to be a guy that Brad Stevens should go for with the Celtics, because he has the ability to be a guy that's an Anthony Davis caliber player. And what I mean by that, a guy that's athletic, long and lanky, with soft touch and the ability to knock down mid-range to three-point shots, while also being able to be a good switch defender, help defender, and rim protector in general. And those are rare players. And Orlando is a team that already has the veterans in Vucevic and Fournier, and they have the potential stars with Jonathan Isaac, Aaron Gordon, and they also have players that know how to win. And even though they're not winning that many games, they're off to a pretty good start this year. But I doubt that they be able to sustain it throughout the season. But this is a good gem for them, a guy that really can potentially become an all-around guy. He might never be a great passer, but at least he'll be able to impact the game on both sides of the floor, and that's something that most of the players in this draft couldn't do. As either there was great offensive players or they was solid players or players that was are what they are. You're getting a solid player that can really impact the game right now. And I feel like Mo Bamba is a guy that he's not going to dominate at his rookie or maybe even sophomore season, but as he starts to develop his body, getting muscle, becoming more physical, but also continuing to have the athleticism and the swiftness to be slithery. You don't want to bulk up to the point where you're slow and tanky. You still want to keep the mobility. You still want to be able to maximize that length and that wingspan to become one of the best defenders in the NBA. Mo Bamba is a freak of nature with that wingspan, his ability to be able to keep his arms up and contest shots without even fouling or even just using verticality or even just blocking a shot in general that teams can usually contort their bodies or try to take away his chest, get into his chest so they can't block the shots. His ability to be long, lanky, and be able to jump but also stay in the air a little bit longer to get the block because his arms is not normal. You have to adjust to playing against Mo Bamba because you're not used to this type of body, speed, and size and the wingspan, and that's only going to help make his job easier because he's one player that actually has this type of model and body that's in the league. And I think his potential offensively is very raw right now. He's not physical enough to really dominate you inside. He's not physical enough that he can really get his shot off the way he wants to consistently. He doesn't shoot consistent enough to the point where he's a threat to burn you every night. Now he might have gotten hot get to give you 15 to 25 points, but can you rely on Mo Bamba to really be able to do this consistently for a whole season? That's going to be the question about Mohamed Bamba as his career goes on to year 3 to year 5 plus. Is can he be a great offensive player? Can he be a dominant offensive player, or will he always be a complimentary player? Dwight Howard was a guy that played in Orlando. He was drafted as a defensive guy. He didn't average that many points his first couple seasons, but he started to develop his body. He started to develop his ability to finish at the rim and set hard screens and dive hard and make your teammates better by clogging up the paint, but also moving enough to where if they do rotate or they do overplay you, that you can get open and finish around the rim. But he also sealed down deep post position, so all he had to do was go up. And once he did that, he just finished at the rim with layups or dunks or got to the free throw line. Those are small little things that made Dwight Howard good. And the fact that Mo Bamba is a little bit more athletic when it comes to mobility, I think that Dwight Howard declined in that. And I feel like Mo Bamba has some special gifts in that area. I feel like he can definitely run and put more effort and energy and more motor into trying to get out in transition and trying to get quick shots. If you're going to get up and down the court, Mo Bamba can be a specialty there because he is pretty good athlete, and I think that's a way to get him confidence boosters. Because once you see the ball goes in, once he can see that he can finish at that rim, it might make him a better player because he gets easier opportunities that might help him throughout the game confidence wise because he's getting easy basket. They always say reward the big man. I'm not saying he has to be a post player. I'm not saying he has to be particularly an inside player. But him being able to willingly want to shoot the basketball, him willing to have the confidence to shoot the threes. Yeah, he's shooting 25% from three, but you also got to consider that he's not getting consistent playing time, consistent shots. He's only averaging 1.8 threes a game, which is really not that many compared to other players at his position, and the fact that he's getting 17 minutes a game and he's still able to give you 1.5 blocks, that's pretty good in the amount of minutes that he's getting. The thing about it is, can he really become a defensive anchor? That's going to be the biggest question mark because Mo Bamba, the main potential that he has with that body and that wingspan is being a rim protector. Can he really communicate? Can he really know the plays, knowing his team weakness that he's going against? Can he really be a student of the game, study the game, and continue to try to learn and soak up as many knowledge as he can to make his teammates easier? Because this Orlando team, they're not a good defensive team. They haven't been even close to making the playoffs. So he's going to a team that really needs somebody to be vocal on the defensive end and really give them that versatility. Rudy Gobert has really shown that you can really impact the game still as a center. Even though the game has spaced out, you have more three-point shooting even at the center position, you still can make a huge impact on the game, even though it has become more floor space wise and open. So I wonder if Mo Bamba is going to be able to do that. Is he going to be able to switch and make things tough? Is he going to be able to leave his teammate at the right time, like I showed you, and still be able to protect the rim, but knowing when to go for the block, knowing when to help, knowing when to go out and contest while you have to leave your man open, and they might get an offensive rebound or they might get a spot up jumper because of it, but you also can know when they're trying to finish, when they're not going to give up the ball, then help and contest and help in the block. It's just small little things that he's going to have to continue to learn to get to that elite level of being a rim protector, which is getting harder and harder because the game is so shooting friendly and so soft right now that inside dominance is rare, and that's why you really only see Joel Embiid and Rudy Gobert really being defensive anchors at this point because it seems like every center can now shoot threes, even the role player ones that's coming off the bench. So that takes Mo Bamba out the paint. But his ability to cover space, his ability to be able to make up for that with his length, that's going to be something that he's going to have to continue to try to maximize and use to his advantage to take his game to another level defensively. Right now, he's a solid defender. He's starting all over because he's in the NBA. He has to learn the tendencies. He has to learn what players like and what they don't like. He has to learn the teams and players all over again because he never played or competed against these type of players. And that can take him years to figure this stuff out. But eventually, hopefully he will get there. Hopefully he can really make a mark on that level defensively and live up to that potential of a guy that's known as a rim protector now. Can he take it to the next level on this NBA level? That's going to be the key. Will he ever win Defensive Player of the Year? I feel like it just depends when it all. I mean, I feel like it all comes down to him wanting it, and it all comes down to how much do he want to win? How much can he impact the game? But that's all coming in, putting in the work, wanting to be great, staying in late, going there early, and continuing to put in the work. And I'm not questioning if he can or can't do it. I just want to see if he's going to do it. And if he does, he can really be something special and really make an impact. And rebounding wise, he should be fine once he bulk up that frame and be able to take pushes and elbows and physicality. He should be able to give you at least 10 plus rebounds a game guaranteed. And like I said, the only thing else is his potential on the offensive end. Will he be able to consistently knock down elbow and spot up threes? I think so. He's starting off early. He's shooting them early. And if you continue to shoot them in practice, all you have to do is do that same repetition in games. He might not be a great three-point shooter now, but he can potentially become one. The more he practices, the more he tries, the more he continues to shoot them, the more his confidence and repetition and his muscle memory be on the same page, which means he can be potentially a respectable three-point shooter at best. Will he be an elite three-point shooter? Will he be a three-point specialist at that center position? I don't know, but I think he can at least be decent to where you see in the footage that if you leave him open, he still feel like he can knock him down and he's willing to take him because he has that confidence. And if he's able to do that, I don't see why he can't be at least okay to decent at that level of three-point shooter. I'm not saying he's going to be a 40% three-point shooter, but I can definitely see him in the low to mid 30s if he continues to take them and continues to practice them. Practice made perfect, so that's all I got to say. So let me know what you guys think about Mo Bamba. Will he be a two-way superstar? Will he be a guy that's going to be a 15 and 10 like a DeAndre Jordan? Or will he be a guy that can give you 10 to 15 points, well, giving you 10, 11 rebounds and being a three block guy, maybe a two block guy, maybe he lead the NBA in blocks? Or do you think he would just be a defensive anchor, a guy like Rudy Gobert, that he's going to roll to the rim, get layups and dunks, but also be able to anchor that defense? Or do you think that this guy can be AD, a clone, a guy that can shoot the elbow jumper, shoot the three, put the ball on the floor, get layups and dunks, but also, be a decent free throw shooter and still finish inside with alley oops and dunks because of that athleticism, length, and that wingspan. So he has a lot of comparisons. He has a lot of guys he can turn into, but all it does is put in more pressure of him being a lottery pick, being the guy that people has huge expectations for, but knowing that you have to prove it to yourself, you have to want it for yourself, then you have to go out there and put in the work. And if he's able to do that, I don't see why he can't be a special player. Orlando needs a defensive identity. They need a great coach that can implement a defensive scheme, and this is the right type of player to have, a guy with his potential. And you can bring him along slowly, but eventually you're going to have to find a way to have that floor spaced out so he can't anchor that paint, and you need to work on having better perimeter defenders if you want to have a great defense. Yeah, Mobama probably can rule that paint and make it tough by itself, but you still won't help, and you still won't help on the perimeter. Obviously, that's something that Utah need to do with Rudy Gobert, but that's something that they did with Joel Embiid in Philly. And if these are the guys that you're trying to be defensively, he has a long way to go, but I don't see why he can't get there if he puts in the work. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Quinn Wade, Basketball Analysis, I'm gone. But before I leave, check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description in the comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. Like on Facebook to show support. Thanks for supporting the Facebook page. Thanks for liking on Facebook, but also thanks for liking the videos. Also, check out my Spreadshirt. There you can find t-shirts, sweaters, and hoodies and things like water bottles. Obviously, you can find cell phone cases, pillow cases, even something like a mouse pad. Thanks for supporting the brand and buying merchandise. Also, all I gotta say is I enjoy making these videos. You guys enjoy watching them. That's why I continue to go. Thanks for binge watching. I have over 12 rookie breakdowns. If you enjoyed this video, check out my rookie analysis breakdown playlist to catch up on all the rookies I have done. Quinn Wade, Basketball Analysis, I'm going. Let me know what you guys think about Mo Bamba.